Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative podcast. It's the podcast where we have digital discussions, the worlds of sports, pop culture, film, TV, everything really depending on the guest. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On Twitter, you know me as PD Beats. This past weekend, a monumental and groundbreaking event for sports occurred at the NHL All Star weekend. We had the Elite Women's 3-on-3 game, which was an amazing chance to showcase this amazing product. And we are speaking to 4 members of Team Canada who came on top against Team USA in this event. We are speaking to Blayre Turnbull, Johnston, Natalie Spooner, and Ann-Renee Desbiens. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thank you for coming on, and congrats on that big win as well.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. I mean, we'll kind of start with, just general question. I mean, what was kind of the reaction like when you found out that you were going to be part of this game, Blayre?
Really excited, but also pretty nervous. When they first sent out the email, it wasn't clear on what was in store in terms of the event that we would be participating in at the All Star game. So a bit of a sigh of relief when I found out it was a 3-on-3 game and that I wouldn't have to do some sort of skill during the NHL skills contest. So I was really excited, and like I said, when I learned it was going to be a 3-on-3 game, the excitement grew, and I was really looking forward to the event.
Absolutely. Rebecca, what about you? What was the reaction like on your end?
I mean, the same as Blayre, obviously excited and honored to be able to participate. I had a blast last year, so I was really excited to be able to go back again. And hearing that it was going to be 20 of us, it was pretty special, obviously, having so many women players there, so many talented players. So I knew that, again, we weren't really sure what we were doing, but we knew that we'd be able to showcase some sort of skill or talent on the ice, so that was exciting.
Absolutely. And for you, I mean, there's not a lot of spots. I mean, there's one goalie. What was kind of the reaction when you found out you were going to be the goaltender for Team Canada?
A little bit like the girls said at first. I didn't know what to expect, especially a goalie in a skill competition. So I was happy it was a 3-on-3, but even then it's a little stressful as a goalie. You're not really set up to succeed in those settings. So, but I was definitely excited. Anytime you have the chance and the opportunity to grow the game, it's always an honor.
Absolutely. And last but not least, Spoons, it was you were really happy on social media like everyone else, and you were like tweeting a storm about it. I mean, talk a little bit about when you first found out.
Yeah, I was actually in Seattle. It was over Christmas, and I remember getting the email and being like, what? And I was like, responded yes right away. I mean, it's such an amazing opportunity and such an honor to be able to go. And, to have a 3-on-3, I think it's really historic, and to be able to be included in that, it was really amazing and such a great time and a great weekend.
We'll go quickly through. I have specific questions for each of you. We'll start with Rebecca. I mean, you scored the first goal of the game. I mean, I want to kind of know about the pace. I mean, it was kind of marketed as this historic, groundbreaking, kind of friendly game, but we all knew that there was going to be, because of the Canada-USA rivalry, it was going to be intense. Was it as intense as you thought it was going to be, and do you think it's going to kind of help impact the rivalry between Canada and U.S. moving forward?
I mean, yeah, I felt like the intensity was going to be there no matter what, Canada versus U.S. I feel like no matter what we're doing, there's that compete against each other, that rivalry. And so for us, we knew that we wanted to win. Both teams wanted to win. And we also wanted to showcase our talent and our speed. And I feel like doing that, you have to give 100%. We can go 50%. I think the fans and everyone wanted to see us play and compete. And that was, the main reason why we were there is the opportunity for us to be able to showcase women's hockey and the talent that we have.
For sure. And a lot of people were in a wow with your performance for Team Canada. It was an amazing performance all around. How did you kind of get prepared for a game like this? Because it's kind of a unique game. It's a 3-on-3 game. You're playing some players that you're familiar with playing against with Team USA. But how did you kind of get ready for this big game, and what was that like with all the pressure?
I was going to say, it's not any different than any other situation, I guess, other than the warm-up was a little shorter. But just try to make sure that every time the puck comes that you're ready and that you're in a good position. So I guess it's not that different for me, but it was definitely more shots in a shorter period of time than usual.
No, for sure. And Blayre, this is an event that I see this as a big networking event for everyone on Team Canada and Team USA. This is an event to kind of like help, showcase the women's game. When you go to Team Canada and international events, you're playing with a national team. You see similar faces that you played with throughout the years. Same thing with opponents and everything. But did you kind of see this as another opportunity, another type of kind of networking event where you can meet people that you might not have met ever before, and kind of like use that as kind of a showcase of the game, like the women's hockey game at all? Have you thought about that at all? Because it's an NHL event. You're used to maybe doing Hockey Canada or international events, correct?
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely a new experience from that standpoint, for us to be able to hang out with the USA girls more one-on-one than we normally would at a hockey event. Was interesting, but it was definitely fun for all of us. And we had a few opportunities to meet some of the NHL guys. So we all have our favorite NHL players. Most of them were at the event this past weekend. So it was fun to kind of get to know them a little bit off the ice. But I think more importantly, we were able to show their fans who might not normally watch our game what we can do, which is the biggest thing that we went there for. The purpose of us playing so hard and trying our best was to make sure that after the event was over, we had a lot more fans who enjoyed watching our hockey as well. So I think right now it's safe to say we were pretty successful with that. So moving forward, we should have a lot more fans on our side now.
Absolutely. And Natalie, 20 of the best players in the world, that was kind of what was said about this elite 3-on-3 women's game. We're looking right now at ways to kind of promote the game right now, but players like yourself that have won gold medals and have won world championships and have been playing this game for a while, do you also see yourself as a key kind of stakeholder in terms of growing the game for the 8 or 9 year old that's kind of watching this game that wants to maybe make a living playing hockey one day, women's hockey one day? Have you thought about that at all?
For sure. I mean, I think this year when we decided to, not play in a league and take this risk, it's really for those future generations. It's probably not going to pay off for us. We're probably not going to have a league where we're going to be making a livable wage and it's going to be your job. But our hope is that those young girls that watch us and that can see us can have that dream of playing in a league and having it as a career, that they can solely focus on hockey. And I think it's going to take women's hockey to the next level too. And I think, growing up, I, had Jennifer Botterill to look up to. I had Cass Campbell. I had Haley Wickenheiser. And you don't really think of yourself as being a role model when you're younger. And then you get to meet these little girls. And, I had so many people to look up to that I think that it's amazing that, we as players can be that for those little girls now.
No, absolutely. That was kind of my next question. I'm just going to kind of throw this out there and I want to hear what you all have to say about it. But for example, a lot of people were talking about, a league, a women's hockey league. If that's not imminent and we're not going to get a league, what are kind of the next steps or things that you think should happen in the next couple of years to help grow the game? Do you want more events like this? Do you want there to be maybe, documentaries or shows to be created that are kind of showcasing the amazing product of women's hockey? What do you think needs to be what are next steps besides a league in your opinions? Anyone want to
I think all of our hope is that we're going to get a league. I think this year, has been really tough for us. It's not a structured season. We have obviously these showcases and the Dream Gap Tour, which has been awesome to still be able to show our product and to showcase our game and for all the little girls to come out. But I think, the end goal is to have a league. And to be honest, I think if we could have a league under the NHL umbrella that's kind of like the WNBA, it's would be amazing. You look at where the WNBA has come from and them signing that new CBA, putting more money into marketing. Their salaries have gone up. Having the family planning aspect, I think, is a lot of things that guys as athletes don't have to think about and that we as females do. And I would love to say that there's no other option than having a league, but it's going to be a lot more difficult than that. So I think, this Dream Gap Tour hopefully shows that there is a market for women's hockey. And we can get there. As for the documentary, I would love if that came after the fact, after we got a league and someone wanted to share the story of the battle that we've had to go through to get to the league. I don't think a documentary at this point is probably the answer, but after we got a league, I think it would be a really cool story.
Absolutely. Anyone else want to chime in here?
Yeah, I'll add to that. I think for us, obviously, like Spooner said, the ultimate goal is the league. If that isn't the case in the near future, I think to continue to do these showcase tournaments, to continue to play as much as we can, and just try to get as much media attention as possible. Trying to get as many people watching us play and be able to have access to our games and be able to see us play.
Mm-hmm.
I think once we continue to get that exposure, hopefully, attend another NHL All Star weekend, keep continuing to build our audience and build the fan base, I think is key for us, because I know there's so many people that come up to me and say, I haven't ever really seen girls hockey. When I saw you guys play, I want to continue watching. I would love to follow you guys. I want to support you. And so I think the more people we can get on board, I think it will grow, and then eventually a league will have to come after that.
Absolutely. Blayre, Ann, do you want to kind of add to that, or do you agree, or?
Yeah, basically what both of them said. I think the main thing at this point is just visibility for us. We saw how much it helped over the weekend, just being visible for a different audience to see us and being able to show them our product and what we're able to do on the ice was something that helped us in terms of gaining new fans and getting more positive feedback. So I think any opportunity we get to be able to do that, to show a new audience what we can do, is really helpful and will go a long way.
Absolutely.
I don't have anything to add. That's pretty good.
Absolutely. Last roundtable question before we wrap up. It was a fun, busy weekend. The All Star weekend. The game, the skills. You guys were there the whole weekend. I kind of want to hear stories. What was the coolest story? Was there a cool encounter? Was there something funny that happened? I just want to kind of go around the panel and kind of hear kind of cool stories or takeaways. Blayre, anything kind of, and did you meet someone that you never met before? Was there a funny story? Is there anything you could share to our viewers?
I think the whole weekend was really well done. We got to hang out with Layla Anderson, who's the little girl who I'm sure most people have seen with the St. Louis Blues last year during their playoff run. She was a big part of their team. So we got to spend time and hang out with her before our game, and then also during the men's 3-on-3 game. So it was a lot of fun to be able to see her and interact with her a little bit.
Absolutely. Rebecca?
During the All Star weekend. So I think just things like that are happening are definitely helping the women's game for sure.
Absolutely. And what about you? Any cool moment that stands out?
Just the weekend overall, I feel like being treated like a professional. A lot of us were saying it was kind of nice to have the people waiting at the airport. Just little things like that sometimes we don't really get, and then we're extremely thankful for how we are treated usually, but you see different things too, so that was kind of fun. But sharing the locker room with the US was definitely an interesting experience from a team
Yeah,
perspective.
I was about to say when I heard about that, and
Yeah.
Spooner, I think you were interviewed about that, and you were like, "Yeah, it's been fun, it's been cool," but like you could tell that, like, I don't know, was that Spooner? Was that like? Did you guys know? When did you guys find out you were sharing a locker room with them?
When we walked in.
Okay.
Yeah, when we walked into the locker room, we noticed like they were all on this side and we're all on this side. And then we had a practice in the morning and we had a pregame skate and we're like, how is this going to work? So we just like divided the ice in half and each had a half ice practice.
Wow.
We're like, thank goodness there wasn't multiple periods, because if we had to come back to the locker room like between periods, we're real awkward.
Absolutely. Yeah. Before we wrap up, any quick stories from your end, Spooner?
I mean, I was just looking forward to the whole weekend. I was excited to meet Nathan McKinnon. I got a picture with him. And obviously Layla. Those were kind of the two people I was looking forward to meeting. But, I mean, even from walking the red carpet, I had a blast doing that. Then the game, I think having Jana Hefford and Cami Granato on the benches was pretty historical. I mean, they're two legends. It's funny, like I grew up with a poster of Cami Granato on my wall, signed by her. So it was really cool. Obviously, she was coaching against us, but it was really cool to have her there, and to know, what they've done in the hockey world too. And now that they're even done, and Cami going to be a scout for Seattle, I think that they're paving ways for women in their own right post career. So I think it's pretty amazing, the women that we had involved this past weekend.
No, absolutely. Well, we will wrap up. Before we wrap up, I just wanted to say from my standpoint. Just for my viewers, I think that women's hockey is one of the best products out there. I'm at times very disappointed that it doesn't get the exposure that it deserves. It's amazing. I've been watching the Olympics since I was a young kid. It's just an amazing product. I'm really hoping that more people will kind of jump on board and see what an amazing product this is. And I just wanted to thank all four of you for just kind of your hard work to kind of, and I know it's very tough at times, but I just wanted to say thank you for your contributions to kind of grow this sport. And I'm telling you, one day people will realize how amazing this product is, and there will be a league. So I just wanted to say that. I want to thank you all for coming on. Blayre, thank you for coming on the show. It's your first time. Where can people follow you on social media to keep up to date with everything?
Instagram, Blayre.Turnbull, Twitter @CatBT617.
Absolutely. Rebecca, this is your second time on the show. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Where can people follow you?
Just Instagram and Twitter, basically. Or John6.
Perfect. And Anne, thank you for coming on the show. It's your first time. I appreciate it. Where can people follow you?
Twitter, it's @Desbiens30, and then on Instagram too, it's @Desbiens. So.
Absolutely. And Spoons, this is your third time on the show. Like I feel like I have to get your jacket or a mug or something, but thank you so much for coming on the show again.
Thanks for having me.
And where can people follow you on social media?
I'm Nat Spooner 5.
Amazing. Well, thank you all for coming on the show, and congrats on the amazing weekend. I wish you all the best for the future, and yes, let's get more exposure for women's hockey. This has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. And until next time, this is Blayre Turnbull, Rebecca Johnston, Ann-Renee Desbiens, and Natalie Spooner signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.